Hello everyone, this is just a short video to show you how to add a G-code or an M-code to Augie. As you're probably aware, and I've mentioned before, Augie doesn't have all the G-codes implemented. I implemented a basic set that I feel I need for laser, so it doesn't have things like G80 macros and so on and so forth. But it does have the ability to add M-codes and G-codes at will. And if we look at the library up here, you'll see there's one here called GCode library, and in it there are several calls. When the standard M codes are called, you'll get things like set mist and flood and set spindle speed and turn spindle on and off and so on. But you'll see I've got some others here: M code 21, GCode 666, GCode 101. To add a G-code to what Augie understands, you only need to create a function. The action of creating the function creates the ability to call a G-code in the G-code stream. So if you wanted to have a G86, for example, if Augie doesn't understand G86, you just simply need to add a function. Let's take a look at that. I'm going to open up the scripter because that's my preferred way of looking at scripts. You can drag this window open a little bigger when you're doing this kind of work, by the way. So we hit the live button. Okay, so then we go to the library and we simply select the G-code library and say local edit. And because the scripter is open, it will load that library. Now, in here you can see the first function that I created is global M21. It's a function, and all it does is print an M21 was just executed. Just by virtue of the fact that we have that function added to this library, adds M21 as legal into the system on the G-code. Now the same thing happens for G-code itself, for G statements. Here is a G-code 666. So in the G-code you can actually type G666, enter whatever parameters you like, and there's an example inside this function showing you how to get the parameters that the person might have put on the line. This lists actually all the parameters that can be passed. We can pass the letters X, Y, and Z, AQL, PRI, JKD, UVW, and an H, so that the script can look at those. And this function 666, it's just here as an example so that anyone who's adding a G-code can see how to get a parameter. And I've added another one that I'll show you here in a second. It's GCode 101. And inside GCode 101, all I do is do a free feed to, which is a call from another library for the free access motion. And then I feed it whatever the user entered in U, V, and W. The parameters are passed as what are called vec3s. That's a single variable name with 3 entries in it. So in parms UVW, you'll get the U, the V, and the W that a user typed on the same line as G101. So simply by defining G101, you've added that as a code. Once you've added such a code, you would hit run to make sure that you get no compile errors. Hit the library and check it back in. Once it's checked back in, you close, and those commands are now instantiated. It's that easy to add a G-code. So if we go to the single line here, and we type G101, U55, V45, or any combination of numbers here. I'm just going to change these because my access is already there. And if I hit run, sorry, I have to be online. And if I hit run, you can see that my free axes begin to move to there. Now these free axes, as we discussed before, are not attached to the normal 4-axis Augie planner. You could, after executing a G101, continue on into a G-code program, and it wouldn't affect, one would not affect the other. So this is just an example of how you can write a G-code to use the free axis as UVW. You could use them in any other form, but this is how easy it is now to simply add a G-code by adding a script. Alright, short video. I just want to show the capability for anybody who's playing in that area over the next week. This version should be online within a day or so.